If the measure of angle 1 equals 94 degrees, what are the measures of all of the other angles? So looking at this picture, I see that I have vertical angles. Angle 1 and angle 3 form a pair of vertical angles. So that means that angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent. I also see that angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles. So they are also congruent to each other, but not necessarily congruent to angle 1 and angle 3. So right away, if angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, that means the measure of angle 1 has to be equal to the measure of angle 3. So if I know the measure of angle 1 is 94, then the measure of angle 3 also has to be 94. Because angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Now I have to think about angle 2 and angle 4. If I look at just this half of the picture, I realize that angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair, which means that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 have to equal 180 because they form a linear pair. If I plug in what I know, the measure of angle 1 equals 94, and I can do algebra to determine the value of angle 2. By subtracting 94 from both sides, I know the measure of angle 2 is 180 minus 94, which is 86 degrees. So then, I can now determine the measure of angle 4. Since angle 2 is congruent to angle 4, that means that the measure of angle 2 has to be equal to the measure of angle 4. So if the measure of angle 2 is 86, then the measure of angle 4 also has to be 86 degrees. And I have found all the measures of all of the angles in this particular picture.